So how many hours did you end up getting in CSGO?
In CSGO, like definitely over 7,000 hours, and now also in CS2, probably about 100 or more.
7,000 hours? And you're 13 years old?
That swing is crazy. Just want to watch the swinging
Yes,
at the end there.
Still 7 bullets, and you just kills them. Boom.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Fixing Matches with iBUYPOWER. I am super excited for this one. If you guys don't know, every 2 weeks we bring on a CS pro to analyze and review your favorite CS gameplay. This time around, though, we did something a bit different. We brought on a 13-year-old up-and-coming prodigy, one of the youngest ever to reach FACEIT level 10 and be invited to FPL-C. His name is Andrew or AJ, and so yeah, we brought a kid on this time to give you guys advice. So a huge shout out to all of you guys who have been watching and submitting your CS2 clips each and every time we do this. We are giving away a limited edition Hyper Beast mousepad with RGB lighting, by the way, and it's an easy chance to win. So if you guys want to submit those over on Twitter, we really do enjoy it. But here's more from the young up-and-comer and a CS prodigy known as Kung Fu AJ.
Yeah, it's fine.
Stop antagonizing my team.
Alright, we have like 50 seconds on the clock. And this flashed in. Nice shot. It was actually good that the enemy didn't peek after the flash instantly for you, so you could have killed him easily. Yeah, don't instantly plant there. Always clear on site first. You know, you have to clear the site before you can feel safe on it. You have like 9 HP, so I wouldn't switch a gun, but she didn't. So just stick with the op. You're planning for short night right now, which is okay. I don't think that anybody could come there yet. I don't see the map, so I don't know right now. Yeah, just don't instantly plant. Clear the site first. You can't plant if you don't feel safe. And yeah, just keep rolling. Okay. Yeah, the plan is okay. Good pre-fire on that guy.
I mean, it also helps that they nerfed all the fucking support, so like I can actually, you know, I feel
yeah,
like I'm
that's
doing
good.
more.
Changing your
If it's
position,
mental,
of
it's
course.
like in my head, I'm
It's great.
doing more.
Look like you're doing the most.
I try my best.
Nice. Like I keep saying, in apps, you shouldn't take your op first of all. Like when you go to the beginning of the clip, you went into apps now. Your mate's low, so first of all, I wouldn't have gone in apps. Because your mate's just low, you should have gone with him, I think. Or maybe even switched the weapons. So now if you go in apps, I wouldn't take the op out. I would take the 5.7. 5.7 was a very good close range weapon. If you just shoot at the head, he instantly dies almost. Now if you got the kill, just stay in apps. Maybe hold along with the op for your mate, and your mate clears on site, so you don't get into a position like this where you're like planning, your mate dies alone and you are in the clutch position.
So how many hours did you end up getting in CSGO?
In CSGO, like definitely over 7,000 hours, and now also in CS2, probably about 100 or more.
7,000 hours? And you're 13 years old?
Yeah, like overall, I already have like 7.5.
We need to do like a calculation like they did for Munacy.
I already did.
You did?
I
With
was-
like the waking time?
Like when I you know 7.5k hours divided by 24, it would be like 312 days that I spent in CSGO.
Oh my, because like with the Munacy calculation, they also like calculated it based off like how many hours a day you're even awake. So like the percentage of his life was even crazier, you know?
Yeah, it's like the same for me. Like if I spend every single minute in CSGO awake, then like almost a year, you know.
Yeah, well, I got pre-fires in here where last time.
Bro,
Okay.
nah, I really don't make a single fucking noise in these swings like that.
Good. First 2 kills.
Anything else but you? There's a guy on there with an off.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, okay, you can stop it. Like, your awareness of the B side, you know that one guy at least still is B. I don't know if you've known that he was in stairs, but if you didn't, you should have cleared on site. Like the Molotov was good, but you could have also delayed it. So like you could have gone on site. You killed both of the rotation players, which is which is really good. So just clear B side. First of all, clear the stairs. Plant the Molotov, and then you can like mollow behind the electrical thing there, like the generator, to just give yourself some space. Just have some more awareness and throw the usual after plant. You know, because you killed both of the rotation players, so nobody would be close yet. So
you're saying not to throw this molly?
No, not right away. He killed the rotation players. One guy is most likely still on A, one guy's on B. So he couldn't be in CT yet.
Okay, so
Molotov,
wasted molly is what you're saying?
yeah, that's a little bit wasted. Also have some more awareness, like you're running around, and you saw him and you turned around again, so keep some awareness. Yeah, kill that guy, plant, and then you can use your Molotov. Good plant. No, that's good. Yeah. For example, now you could have mollowed behind the electric and just peek the guy in stairs, so you know that he couldn't come from the left side of yours. Good frag there. That's good. Changing the position, of course. Yeah. The rest was played well. Just like I said, you got the rotation players. Good kills in the mid. Keep your mollo, don't throw it instantly. He couldn't be there yet. Clear on site, kill that guy, then you can plan and throw the Molotov to give yourself some space.
Yeah, exactly what I would have probably done in that case. So glad you shared that information. Okay, so you're still a young kid, but let's take it back a few years when you start to really increase your hours in the game. Were your parents or family, were they concerned? Were they, they had your back? They were encouraging you. What was that like? Being like, hey, I want to go spend 7,000 hours in a video game.
They were pretty supportive of my decision. Like I said, my dad played with me video games before together, and we also streamed together, so he just was in general a very supportive person of it. And yeah, he also showed me how to do some stuff, and yeah, that's just, I'm very thankful for that.
And so are they kind of just like, they got your back of like, hey, if you want to pursue this as a dream of yours to become a CS pro, they're like, yeah, like we're here for that?
Yeah, they completely got my back for it.
Dang, that's awesome.
I got a question too. Just going off of that then, I know Jake says that, the dream of being a CS pro, but what's the ultimate dream then? Like, is there something you're wanting to win eventually, or is the ultimate dream like landing on a specific team? Or what would you call your like biggest dream?
The biggest dream, of course, is to like win the biggest tournament there ever is in CSGO or CS2 now. So like I do want to win the major. That's my biggest goal. Team-wise, I think I'd be happy with almost every single one of them. Every single one of them is great. But of course, as a German national, I would like to play in big, so Berlin International Gaming. I have a
nice
t-shirt of them here. So yeah.
Yeah, you got that big hoodie in your profile picture too. That's why I was like, oh, he's got to be German.
Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously have experience with CS:GO. It's a very common question out there. What would be the biggest difference for you between CS:GO and CS2 right now?
The biggest difference, like the biggest known one, of course, are the smokes. The smokes have a volumetric system now. That's a big difference. But I don't think that actually changes a lot, because most people do not nade the smokes that often, so they just stay how they are. And but the bigger difference for me in just gaming and aiming was the peekers advantage that you have right now. So it's a little buggy, but yeah, that's the biggest difference I see.
What would you say your current thoughts are on overall thoughts, I should say, on the current state of CS2?
The current state of CS2 is actually good. There still are some things to improve, of course, but I just like how the game developed. Changing a few things with the smokes, changing a few maps, and I just think it was necessary to change.
And I assume you think, with the majority of CS fans, that the game will like eventually return to a better state than what it is, what we expected out of CS2?
Yeah, like in a beta it was like still a little bit shitty, but now it just got better, of course. And I really enjoy it, like in the old days, like the old like the CSGO that we had. I really do enjoy it now.
All right, then we've got this from Jake. This is not Jake's gameplay.
Okay. Yeah,
old
so
Apex Legends Prodigy.
I've
seen that clip already. Like when he was like.
I told you about some other prodigies out there. There's a lot of kids that are prodigies in like other games. They're young up and comers in other games. They're like 10 years old, 11 years old, and they're accomplishing a lot of crazy things. this one in particular is Lil Fredson. So he was one of the youngest players to ever reach the top rank in Apex Legends on controller, but he now is switching to mouse and keyboard for CS. And so
he has to like adapt to it, you know?
Yeah. And so it's obviously a different game, different input. Would love to see your advice to him.
Yeah. Oh, nice shot. Okay. Yeah. You have 1 minute on the clock. It's, yeah, the rounds are against you. You only have 3 rounds. The enemy already has 12. 2v5. Your mate's in connector. He's holding like the stairs peak. If he peeks in front of you, so it's good to fall back in connector first of all, and reload there. You know, peek from behind connector. So you change your position. You got into your safer place with your teammate, and you're playing it out together, which is good. Okay, good swing on that guy. I think you heard him. If you heard him, you swung him. And it's also good that you like held the other guy which you already knew was in firebox. So good job there. You're blind. Yeah. Yeah. Well played. If you look behind you, there's a stairway, so you can like fall back. And if you fall back a little bit, you can like only show your head. So if you're on the stairs, only your head will be visible, and you just in general have better fights to have because they only see your head. You see everything of them. So just fall back a little more, and then you get easier fights to have, you know. But yeah, good job there. Good swing, but I think it's also a little bit wide, but otherwise it was very well played.
And just some quick advice too. So obviously he's like a young kid who has accomplished a lot in a different game, and now he wants to pick up Counterstrike. So if you were to give advice to any younger kids out there who are picking up CS at 10 years old, 11 years old, but want to be really good, what would your advice be? Like first things first.
First things first. First of all, like, to just start into the game, play a little bit of matchmaking. If you feel comfortable enough to like not play matchmaking anymore, or you feel like okay, I'm good at this, I can go better, just play on FACEIT. You have some greater enemies there. You have a little bit more team play between the mates, and if you get good on FACEIT, you can like achieve almost anything in the CS scene. So just grind a lot of FACEIT and just make yourself known. So if you get better, you get more elo, and then you get more pro players or good teammates in your team. And also make connections. So if you find people who you like to play with, who are good at this game, send them a friend request, ask them to play one more match, and this way you just get better by playing with them. You get more connections because they probably know a few people they could also play with, and yeah, just play FACEIT, do some connections, and try to become better by playing FACEIT with your connections.
I have 2 questions, Jake, if you don't mind, just based on our chat real quick. So we have someone from Kick actually saying maybe we'll build a Kick team around this guy, which 1 would be incredible. But 2, my 2-pronged question would be 1, if you could build any team around you made up of pro players right now in the scene, right? So like you can pick the other pro players that are going to be on your team. Who would you choose? And then my follow-up is, maybe not pro players, maybe like a lesser known list as well. So like if you have up and comers that you know that you play with right now, or you know in the scene, then what would be that team as well? So first pro players, and then second up and comers.
Up and comers, all right. Pro players. Yeah, of course we have to get some firepower. So of course Manasi, and also one of the Kovac cousins, of course, like Nico. I think those two already make up a great duo together. And of course we need an IGL and probably like a supportive player. I would say that I would like to play under Tapson, so he being the IGL and I'm like playing with him. I think that would make a good stack. And like a last player, which is very difficult, but I also have one in Berlin International Gaming right now. Crimbo, as I just said, he's also like a prodigy, and I just think that mix as a whole would make a great team.
You just deep dove that, dude, and need some He needs some German blood in there too.
Of course.
What about then like if you have people that you know, maybe that you've played with, or just people like in the maybe not tier 1 competitive scene, but the lower competitive scenes?
There are some people that I know of. For example, in Sweden, there are a lot. Like Male09. I've played with him a few times. He's a really nice kid. Yeah, I'm a kid too. What am I saying? So I would like to play with him for sure. And Male09. So that's like the main person. First of all, I don't know if there are any other 13-year-olds around there who like play CS:GO yet, but maybe some 16 years old with like Dunk or anything, but he's already like in a good team, so I don't know if that makes sense.
Earlier you mentioned, and the reason why we actually initially were talking too, not only one of the youngest players ever to reach FACEIT level 10, but as you mentioned, also to be invited to FPL-C, which is a huge, huge achievement, especially at such a young age. What was that moment like for you when you were like, whoa, maybe I'm pretty good at this game?
That moment, like, when I was invited, I was actually, yeah, it was actually crazy, like, being invited. You don't get invited like that, you know? So it meant a lot to me that that was, like, worthy of playing in there with all of the big guns now, well, with all of the top players and stuff. And I don't know, it just felt great, you know, knowing that I've achieved something in this game, that I can actually make it, you know? And that's just great to know and hear, you know?
For those who don't know, it can also be pretty challenging to stay in FPL-C, right? Like you got to maintain that level of competitiveness and also be pretty active, right?
Yeah, you have to play like 50 matches over the span of 3 months, which actually doesn't seem too much, but yeah.
One of the best CS clips of all time, so I just wanted to get your advice for XQC.
Yeah, everybody knows this clip. Holy fuck.
I think there's one in Z. Care. I'm sitting in the smoke.
I'm gonna
It's just so funny to watch. I'm gonna molly him.
Okay.
I think they
I
just
just got
mollied me.
mollied.
Oh my
I
god.
think they mollied me.
Yeah, like your idea
Where
was
does your molly
good.
hit?
Just throw it a little higher.
I didn't throw it yet. Want me to throw
to,
it?
like, get it in there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm blind. And they just fucking throw a fucking
Oh my
perfect
God.
flash at me.
Okay, yeah. Of course, yeah. It's funny to watch, but tell your mate that you missed the Molotov. Yeah, don't throw the flash after. Your mate was completely looking into it. He got blinded. He thinks the enemies are cheating. You're just laughing. And I would try to shoot at the enemy, not your teammates, but if you can't do that, it's fine. But yeah,
This guy's,
the
like,
idea
no,
was
right where I'm
good
at.
how you played it.
I don't know the rabbit hole I'm trying to chase down with this one, Jake, but you know, it's like the question of like, could anyone become the best player in CS, or do you think there's some inherent talent that people have? You know, like, can some people just naturally be better, or like, can people work hard enough to be the best?
I think it's something with, like, you can compare it to school. You have some kids who can just do it, and you have some hardworking kids who are like working on their goal to like get a good grade or whatever. So I think there are some people who like can memorize some stuff and just be born with it, I don't know, and have some great talents, yes, of course. But I think there also are some hardworking people who if they're good, you know that they worked hard for it.
Which one do you think you are?
More like the hardworking guy. I think talent, I think I have some talent, you know. I don't know how to say it without being arrogant. Oh my god, like,
I mean, you're
I
cracked,
know,
so it's okay.
yeah, I know that I'm like better than most people in Europe, maybe, like, at least than a few, because I just have FACEIT level 10. I have 3 point something elo. So yeah, I think talent and hard work.
That was like a fantastic answer. Like, trying to say it's like a mix of both, right? Like, there are people that are inherently talented, but there's also people that just work harder than anybody else. And if you have a mix of both, then you can certainly make it. That was a great answer. And of course, this series does not happen without our great partner, that being iBUYPOWER. It's also that time of year, by the way. Black Friday sales are now here. iBUYPOWER has some great custom builds and PC builds in general that perform very well in a game like CS2, but also other esports in games. On top of that, Black Friday sales are great and a great way to get an affordable PC. And without iBUYPOWER, we would not have this series. It's just been so fun to do this series. I cannot wait to see who our next guest is going to be. We hope you guys all enjoyed hearing some advice from a incredibly well-spoken, by the way, 13 years old, and he's one of the best up-and-comers in the game, and he's that well-spoken. I'm twice his age, and I still fumble over my words, okay? Thanks to iBUYPOWER. Thanks to you guys for watching. Remember, go submit clips over on Twitter when we tweet about these things, and we'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care.